Hello and welcome to another Plus One edition with Joey from the Item. What is going on, sir?
What's going on? I'm a little cold, but we're all set and ready to talk.
The flu too? The flu's going around.
Ooh,
The flu is going around. You fell victim to the flu?
no, I got COVID a few weeks ago, Christmas morning actually, but recovered and I've been working hard since and ready to go.
Mask up. You gotta mask up. We're like basketball season. We're about to turn the calendar into February, like in a couple weeks, and pretty much we know our season's about to be coming to an end, man. It's another one flying by so fast.
It's really flying by, and the talent is there, just like it was last year, and a lot of our teams are in prime position to make tournament runs. So incredibly excited on both the boys and girls side.
All right, let's go to the team on the hottest streak right now, Lynn Classical. I believe their winning streak is up to 7 games. Another all-around performance last night. A lot of players contributed in their win over Malden, I believe. Cam Rucker, I think, led the way with 18 points. Roki had a double-double, another usual double-double, but their guard play has really picked up these last couple weeks, and it's going to be needed to help out their two bigs.
Yeah, we know what Rolke and company are going to do, and the guard play, like you said. And when I talked to Coach Avery last night after the win, he basically said he just loved how the defense started early, and that really set the tone. And once you're not digging yourselves in a hole and getting yourself in trouble, it's a lot easier to play the game. So I just think that right now they've got the core, they've got the culture, the defense. So, I mean, they've got the best win of their resume so far is English last week. Debatable, but that was a great morale win. And the winning streak, I think it might be up to 8. But 7 or 8, no, I'm very impressed with what they're doing.
Yeah, that English game, that's the game of the year so far. People still talking about that game. That's definitely the game of the year. But yeah, this team really has rebounded. They've really a bad end to December, but since then it's been all great over there. They also, with the win, clinched the state tournament, I believe. I believe they're at 10-3 right now, so they've clinched a spot in the state tournament. You know, last year it was like kind of towards the end of the season where they clinched it, but this year they clinched it and they could stack more wins until they're to position themselves to get a home game.
Yeah, Tuesday night was a great one for the Rams and the Lady Rams, both clinched with their 10th wins. So they're going to be playing tournament ball and having fun. And right now it's just about keeping that eye of the tiger, I think, and just establishing what you've been able to do right, working on things that you can improve on. And I tell you, the girls' team has a lot of weapons too. Divine Egbuda has been balling. So she's a threat. Rolke's a threat on the boys' side, and the supporting characters. So I think classical basketball fans should be pretty happy right now.
Yeah, I don't know what the number of wins is on the girls for their winning streak, but they are definitely on a roll right now. They're playing really well, and a team that they have a balance. They got a couple seniors, they got a couple juniors, but they got a lot of underclass. And as you said, Divine is leading the charge. Only a sophomore, having an all type of season right now. Could be a candidate for MVP in the league with the way she is playing with the Lady Rams. And I believe over the weekend or so, they went down to Easton and got a win out there. 2-hour drive, but they picked up a win on the road. So they're rolling right now too.
Yeah, I was covering a game in Lynn somewhere. So when I called Coach Sawyer just to check in and see how the game was, he said, well, the 2.5-hour ride is a lot better when you win. So I think the Lady Rams, man, they have it going. That takes a lot. I don't care what team you're playing. If you go 2.5 hours, a win is a win. That's very impressive because it's unorthodox, it's unfamiliar. And no, I mean, the classical girls have actually been trailing at halftime for their last 3 games, but they've been able to just execute. And Coach Sawyer said he's not changing a whole lot at halftime, but the girls are just executing and buying in. So they have come back to win in the end.
I gotta catch one of their games. I have yet to go catch them. I owe them a game, so I gotta go catch them in action. The Lady Bulldogs, they're also rolling right now, playing really good basketball. Amara Flores was your player of the week last week. Am I correct in that?
Correct. Yeah, she I think across the week she had an average of 24 points per game, and she dropped 35. On one outing. So they have a lot of contributors. And like we talked about on this show last week, I think it was, with Coach Brennan and company, year 2 is just a lot easier to settle in than year 1. And I think they're buying in, and they're on a 5-game winning streak. They're over 500.
I didn't catch the score from last night's game against Everett. Do you know what was the results of that, the score of that game? I forgot to do my due diligence.
They won. I can pull up the score. Last night they won 51-32.
132, they get the win. Good credit to their defense. Their defense has played well in both games. Yes, Everett. My only beef with the Lady Bulldogs is you just mentioned Amara having 35 points. There was another game with Jaylene. She scored 30 points, but every time I'm in attendance, nobody's scoring 30 points. That's my biggest issue. I want to see a 30 ball in person. Come on, ladies, give me a 30 ball when I'm in attendance.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you there.
St. Mary's Lady Spartans. They were down in Florida. They picked up they lost the game down there, but they picked up some wins over good teams down there. They're gonna come back here. I know they got Cathedral again. They got Bishop Fenwick again. They got I think they got Bishop Feeheen at some point coming up here. They're scheduled down the stretch. There's a lot of big games. They did beat Cathedral last week on a buzzer beater by Bella Awumi in a 46-43 win. They had to crawl back in that game after trailing. So the Lady Spartans beating a really team that's probably going to be in the state championship game come March in Cathedral. They're really showing themselves this last couple weeks.
That game you just mentioned showed a lot about them. And then this past weekend, they went down to Florida and took on a state champion Florida team, beat them. And then I believe they fell short against a state champion from Missouri, who was also in attendance. But that's just great experience. And the powerhouses down there, St. Mary's included. It was a great classic. So I think this team, the only thing people might have been worried about were, if they went down, but they came back last week to win, and then the competition, they took care of that. So not much to say badly about St. Mary's girls right now. They've been on a roll, love what they're doing, and really excited for Friday's game at Fenwick, the girls' game.
The game is at Fenwick, man. That's going to be some. I might have to make the drive over there. I might have to.
We'll be at Gannett. The boys are going to be at St. Mary's.
We'll see what my decision. Decisions. But yeah, that should be a good one. Let's go over to Lynn. The St. Mary's boys. They picked up a win over Everett the other day at Emmanuel College. I was there. I saw some. This team they just continue to win, even mixed match and mixing the lineups. They had some guys hurt. One of their bigs was out. I saw his arm in a sling, but they're still finding ways to win, and they're still rolling. So winning is winning.
Winning is winning, and if it's not broken, don't fix it. They've got JJ. They've got the shooting from the outside, and underclassmen. They got the veterans, Coach Brown. So I just think St. Mary's, keep doing what you're doing. That's what I would say. And no, I mean, they have some intriguing matchups ahead. And I expect I would enjoy a tournament run again.
I think because last year it was a lot of guys playing more minutes than they normally played the previous years, and now those guys are all, you got a year experience in varsity having big time minutes and getting that experience. So it's just guys are now more comfortable, and it seems like everybody understands their role on the team, which is very key for a team. I think they got not that many seniors on the team, but it's still a good all around team right now.
Absolutely. I'd be shocked if they didn't make noise in the tournament. And so, no, excited for that.
And they're back on the court Friday, right? They're playing Bishop Fenwick. That's, the rivalry game. That's all. Those are always interesting.
I would lean St. Mary's in that one. Just Fenwick is kind of a new group, new coach, so might take a little bit to go into St. Mary's and get a win against the undefeated Spartans, but hope it's a good game.
Yeah, well, yeah, you never know. Kip Academy, they had their game canceled. They had a game against Bishop Fenwick on Monday, but that got rescheduled due to the weather, I believe. But let's go to Lynn Tech. Lynn Tech picked up a very, very big win over Greater Lawrence, a 42-38 win. Just got one of those wins to boost a team's morale. They won't be on the court again until the 28th when they go to Swampscott. Giovanni Jean, he's 21 points away from 1,000 points. He could get that against Swampscott, but big win for Tech. Great execution late in that game, too. Great execution against a very, very physical Greater Lawrence team.
And I like what Tech's doing. They're buying in and they're playing defense. That's what Coach Bingham likes. It's what he's always talking about after a lose or a win. He'll either say, we were bought in playing Tigers basketball or we weren't. So I just think with Gio leading the way and a couple other guys knowing their roles, Tech is now, they've won 3 out of 4, I think. I could be wrong on that. But it's time for a mid to late season push, and I think they've got the group to do it. And it's hard to, when you don't have Edric or Jaden, those guys from last year leading the way, it takes time to develop. So hopefully that time has been had, and now it's time to just go. So I'm rooting for it, yeah.
Back-to-back wins too. They won at Whittier. I believe that on Friday they won at Whittier, and then this, and now you got time off too before your next game, so you could really work on some other stuff to keep this rolling. Because like I said before, we're getting close to February. We want to play some good basketball and position yourself in the postseason. I don't even know if I want to talk about this team right now because it's depressing. It's very depressing for me. Very, very depressing, actually. Lynn English boys basketball suffered a loss last night to Everett, 75-68, and I'm running out of things to say about these guys, but come on, man. 6-6 on the season. I think they have Somerville coming in tomorrow, and then they're at Malden before they close out their seasons with a bunch of non-league games against some really tough competition. But come on, man, this is depressing as a Bulldogs fan.
I would just say that it does take time. It's still not late in the season. There's time to go on runs, time to change the energy. You and I have seen in person, they've done good things. So I think Alvin knows his plan and what he wants to execute. Now I think the whole group just got to go out and do it. Wish them success. And now I'm rooting for a late season comeback, just like Tech.
I'm glad you're the voice of reason and optimism. As I'm looking at this schedule right now, they got Newton South coming in here, I believe, next week. As I said, they're going to Somerville. No, Somerville's coming here tomorrow. Then they go to Malden. And then the game against Malden will be their last Greater Boston League game. So after that, as I said, they got Newton South coming here. Then they got Cambridge, the top 10, 15 team in the Globe and Herald rankings. Then they're going to Brockton. That's a long drive, a very long drive. And then they go into the pit in Central Catholic, which is not the easiest place to play. And I just watched Central Catholic. Yeah, man. Yeah, they're gonna have to really focus on these last several games because they got some tough opponents to close out. And if they win those games, it'll be great for them. But man, they can't be out here having me like this. I'm all depressed. I'm still not over that loss last week too, man. It's been tough for me, Joey. It's been tough.
You'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. I'm telling you, I was at a couple hockey games this week. I had a great time. I think you should try a new change of scenery every now and then.
Yeah, it's too cold. It's too cold.
It was cold. It was cold. I'll give you that.
Man, the rink is too cold for me. I need to be warm. You got some articles coming out. As you said, you have that. Amara was the player of the week. If you haven't read that one, go read that. I think the week before you had Roki.
Yeah. So Lynn hoopsters have been making their way into the athlete of the weeks. It was Amara Flores from the Lynn English girls team this week. We're gonna have a lot of things. We got Moynihan Athletes of the Month in Friday's paper, Team of the Week in Friday's paper, weekend games, nightly roundups. So check us out. And I just want to say I really enjoyed talking to Angelise and Corey Bingham, father-daughter pairing from Lynn Tech, who both have 1,000 points. Check that story out. It was a fun read, I hope. And they were both very great and polite, and hopefully they enjoyed it. So, no, thanks for having me again, McCullough. Appreciate it.
That also Roki and JJ were named Boston Globe Players of the Week last week, I believe. So, yeah, congratulations to both of those young men. But more games coming up. Check team schedules. Go to their Instagram pages, their social media pages. The schedules are there, so go check it out. As I mentioned before, Giovanni Jean, he's about 21 points away from 1,000 points, and he could get that Tuesday when they travel to Swampscott. So yeah, be on the lookout. I'll be in attendance for that. You guys, you guys been watching? Lastly, Josh McDaniels is back. What is your feeling on that?
You're gonna ask me about that when all the boxing coming this weekend. I'm happy. It's a familiar face, and more importantly, a familiar culture can be set. And I'm hoping that's a difference. I'm hoping that him and Vrabel and Drake May all just buy in on the same page. Have a vision, I hope. And, it's okay if there are hiccups. It's a young quarterback and it's new coaches working together. But maybe just don't go like 3-12. Maybe try to keep things around 500 throughout the year.
Win 4 games. Well, since you just mentioned it, boxing, what are your thoughts on some of the upcoming boxing matches and stuff? I think Crawford and Canelo are about to sign papers for a fight. What do you think about that once that gets finalized?
I'm looking at tickets for May right now at Madison Square Garden. The undercard's Devin Haney and the main event is Ryan Garcia. I'm intrigued by that one. So I got to see if my friend who's got an apartment around there is available. If he's not, then maybe I won't go. Canelo versus Crawford, great fight. Canelo has the size and the power. Crawford is going up 2 weight classes to fight him. I mean, you got to respect that. So I'm going to save my prediction for maybe if we do it in more context.
Right, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Joey from The Item. You guys been watching Plus One. Have a good one.